subterranean oceans of Enceladus. Vintage water, a simple molecule, two atoms of hydrogen and one of oxygen, bound together in a way that gives rise to one of the most extraordinary substances in the cosmos. It is gentle, yet powerful enough to shape entire worlds. It is delicate, yet essential for the flourishing of life as we know it. On Earth, water is ubiquitous, filling our oceans, coursing through our rivers, and even drifting as vapor in our atmosphere. But beyond our pale blue dot, water takes on roles both familiar and strange. It lies frozen beneath the crimson deserts of Mars, locked in a cold embrace with time. It erupts in towering geysers from the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn, casting its secrets into the void. And on distant exoplanets, it may flow in alien rivers beneath alien skies, a silent witness to the unfolding drama of other possible lives. Water is not merely a solvent for biological processes. It is a cosmic storyteller. Its presence on other worlds hints at histories of warmth, oceans, and atmospheres that may have long since faded. And where water lingers, even in trace amounts, the tantalizing possibility of life persists. In searching for water across the cosmos, we are not just searching for molecules. We are searching for mirrors, reflections of our own journey in the grand, unending story of the universe. For where there is water, there is the potential for something profound, something marvelous, perhaps even a new chapter in the saga of life itself. And yet, water on other worlds may not tell the same story it does on Earth. It might exist in forms we struggle to imagine, sculpting landscapes unlike anything we've seen. On Titan, Saturn's enigmatic moon, lakes of liquid methane and ethane paint an alien picture of a hydrological cycle, eerily echoing the rain and rivers of our own planet. There, water is no longer a liquid. It is a frozen bedrock, harder than granite in the frigid depths of the outer solar system. On Europa, Jupiter's ice-covered moon, water hides beneath a shell of ice kilometers thick, a global ocean warmed not by sunlight, but by the relentless pull of tidal forces. In its dark depths, might there be hydrothermal vents, belching heat and nutrients into the cold void? If so, could life, perhaps simple, perhaps complex, be flourishing there in utter isolation, untouched by the starry sky? The search for water stretches beyond our own solar system to exoplanets circling distant stars. Telescopes now peer into the atmospheres of these alien worlds, sniffing for water vapor, a telltale sign that an exoplanet might harbor conditions suitable for life. Some of these planets lie within the so-called habitable zone, where temperatures might allow liquid water to exist. And yet, habitability is not guaranteed. The story of water is not a story of simplicity. It is a tale of balance, of conditions delicately aligned over billions of years. What we find in the cosmos, again and again, is that water is a constant, yet its forms and functions are infinitely diverse. It sculpts planets, fuels weather systems, and, perhaps most importantly, serves as the cradle for the chemistry of life. But in its silence, water also raises profound questions. Are we alone in this cosmic ocean? Or does the same miracle that unfolded here, on this small, pale blue, play out in countless other worlds, waiting for us to discover? As we venture deeper into the cosmos, seeking answers, we are reminded of the unifying thread that water provides. It connects Earth to Europa, Mars to Titan, and our solar system to the distant worlds orbiting other stars. In the vastness of the universe, water is not just a molecule. It is a bridge between worlds, between the known and the unknown, and perhaps between ourselves and a far greater cosmic community. To continue our search for water is to embrace the essence of exploration itself. For water is not merely a chemical compound. It is a beacon, a signal of potential, a marker of possibility in the boundless expanse of the universe. Where there is water, there may be life, and where there is life, there is the potential for connection, a shared heritage rooted in the laws of chemistry and physics that bind the cosmos together. Imagine standing on the surface of a distant world, gazing at rivers that shimmer under an alien sun, or diving beneath the icy crust of Europa into an ocean that has been hidden from light for eons. Each droplet there tells a story, one that stretches back to the birth of the stars themselves. Water, after all, is forged in the hearts of ancient stars, scattered across the galaxy when those stars breathe their fiery last. It is a gift from the cosmos, carried to young planets on icy comets and asteroids, seeding them with the potential for something extraordinary. But what if the story of water on other worlds diverges entirely from our expectations? What if life arises in ways we have not yet imagined? In methane seas, in supercritical oceans of carbon dioxide, or in the liquid hydrogen lakes of some distant gas giant's moon. The existence of water does not guarantee familiarity. Instead, it invites us to expand our understanding of what it means to be alive, of what it means to exist in this vast and mysterious universe. And as we search, as we probe the icy moons and rocky planets, as we analyze the light of distant stars for hints of water vapor, we are reminded of our own connection to the cosmos. The water within us, the same water that courses through our veins, that fills our oceans, that weeps from our eyes, is the same water that flows, freezes, and vaporizes on distant worlds. It links us, molecule by molecule, to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. In the end, the search for water is not just the search for another ocean, another river, or another sea. It is the search for ourselves, a reflection of our own existence in the infinite mirror of the universe. It is a quest that transcends science, becoming a deeply human endeavor, driven by our innate need to understand, to connect, and to wonder. For in water, we may find not only the origins of life, but the future of life itself. A future that stretches far beyond the confines of our small, blue world into the endless expanse of the stars. And so, we press on, driven by a profound curiosity that transcends mere scientific inquiry. The search for water on other worlds is a quest to understand not just the conditions of life, but the very nature of existence itself. What might we learn from the water trapped in the subterranean oceans of Enceladus, vented into space in plumes of icy vapor? What secrets lie within the frozen reservoirs of Mars, where water once carved canyons and filled vast basins, whispering of a warmer, wetter past? Each discovery, no matter how small, brings us closer to answering the great cosmic question: are we alone? It is a question that haunts our imaginations, one that compels us to look beyond our shores, beyond the gravitational embrace of our sun, and into the uncharted reaches of the cosmos. The presence of water is not proof of life, but it is a clue, a tantalizing suggestion that the conditions necessary for life might exist elsewhere. As we build ever more advanced telescopes and send robotic emissaries to explore distant worlds, we are extending the reach of our senses. The James Webb Space Telescope, with its ability to peer into the atmospheres of exoplanets, has already revealed traces of water vapor light years away. What other revelations await us as we refine our instruments, as we send missions to the icy moons of the outer solar system, or as we dream of one day standing on the surface of another world? The search for water, in its essence, is a search for meaning. It is a reminder of our shared origins, not just as inhabitants of Earth, but as participants in a universal story. The hydrogen in water was forged in the Big Bang, the oxygen in the cores of dying stars. These elements came together across billions of years, assembling into molecules that would one day flow through rivers, shape landscapes, and sustain life. But water is more than a physical substance. It is a symbol. It represents potential, continuity, and the interconnectedness of all things. It links us to the ancient past and carries our hopes for the distant future. To find water on another world is to find a thread that ties us to the cosmos, to see ourselves reflected in the vastness of space, and to feel, however briefly, that we are part of something far greater than ourselves. One day, perhaps, we will stand beneath the alien sky of a distant planet, gazing out over an ocean that has never known an earthly sunrise. And in that moment, as we listen to the waves and feel the wind, we will know that our journey was never just about finding water. It was about finding connection, meaning, and our place in the infinite story of the universe. For in the search for water, we are ultimately searching for home. And as we search, the universe itself becomes our guide, whispering its secrets through the subtle signatures of light and gravity, through the chemistry of ancient ice and the echoes of distant worlds. Every drop of water we discover is not just evidence of what might have been, but a key to what could be, a glimpse of futures yet to unfold, of possibilities as boundless as the cosmos itself. Consider the paradox of water. So ordinary, yet so extraordinary. On Earth, it is a common thread that binds together every living thing, flowing through the roots of trees and the veins of humanity alike. Yet elsewhere, it is rare, precious, and often hidden, locked beneath miles of ice, vaporized in alien atmospheres, or frozen in a crystalline stillness in the shadows of eternal night. Its rarity outside our world only magnifies its significance. Each time we find it, we are reminded that life, in its infinite complexity, might not be confined to our fragile sphere. But this search is not without its challenges. The vast distances, the hostile environments, the uncertainty of what we may find. All of these test the limits of our ingenuity and resolve. To explore the oceans of Europa or the geysers of Enceladus will require technologies we are only beginning to dream of. To study the atmospheres of distant exoplanets demands instruments capable of unraveling light that has traveled for tens, hundreds, even thousands of years. And to interpret what we find requires a humility to accept that life, if it exists, may be unlike anything we have ever known. Yet with every obstacle, humanity grows bolder. Each discovery propels us forward, igniting our imagination and sharpening our questions. What does water mean to a world where life never arose? Could it still play a role, sculpting landscapes or driving geological processes? And if life does exist elsewhere, how might it adapt to thrive in the strange, alien waters of a distant moon or exoplanet? These questions are not just scientific. They are philosophical, even spiritual. They force us to confront the nature of life itself, to reconsider its boundaries and definitions. They challenge us to see the universe not as a vast emptiness, but as a fertile ground for possibility, where every molecule of water is a seed waiting to sprout. In the end, the search for water is the search for connection, not only to other worlds, but to each other. It reminds us that we are all voyagers on the same journey, sharing the same elemental heritage, bound by the same cosmic forces. It teaches us that the line between here and there, between us and them, is thinner than we might think. And as we look to the stars, we carry with us the knowledge that water, so essential to life on Earth, may be the key to understanding life across the universe. For in its quiet, unassuming way, water tells us a profound truth, that life, no matter where it arises, is a celebration of the cosmos, a testament to the beauty and mystery of existence itself. And so, we journey onward, guided by the quiet pull of curiosity and the profound significance of what we seek. With each new mission, each new observation, we inch closer to answering the questions that have haunted humanity since we first gazed up at the night sky. Are we unique? Is life a solitary miracle, confined to this fragile world? Or is it a universal phenomenon, written into the very fabric of the cosmos? Water, it seems, is the thread that connects these questions to their answers. It is a substance born in the fiery hearts of stars, scattered across space in the cataclysm of supernovae, and brought to nascent worlds by icy comets and ancient asteroids. It is the harbinger of life's potential, capable of shaping landscapes and sustaining ecosystems, yet also a reminder of the delicate balance required to sustain that life. We stand now on the cusp of a new age of exploration. The next generation of space missions, whether they plunge beneath the icy crust of Europa, glide through the methane-rich skies of Titan, or traverse the arid plains of Mars, will carry with them instruments tuned to the faintest whispers of water. They will seek its presence not just in liquid form, but as vapor in alien atmospheres, as ice buried deep within rocky worlds, or even as signatures hidden in the spectra of distant exoplanets. But even as we search for water in its many forms, we are reminded that it is not the water itself we seek, but the stories it tells. It is a storyteller of planetary history, of ancient climates, of the forces that shaped worlds long before we existed. On Mars, dried riverbeds speak of a time when water flowed freely, carving valleys and pooling in vast basins. On Europa and Enceladus, the salty spray of subsurface oceans hints at the geothermal warmth that sustains them. And on distant exoplanets, spectral fingerprints of water vapor suggest climates and conditions that might resemble, or differ profoundly from, those of Earth. Yet even as we uncover these stories, they remain incomplete. Water, while essential, is only one piece of the puzzle. The chemistry of life is complex, its requirements varied and interdependent. The presence of water raises the possibility of life, but it does not confirm it. To answer the ultimate question, we must look deeper, beyond the presence of molecules to the intricate interplay of energy, chemistry, and time that allows life to emerge. As we continue this search, it is impossible not to feel a sense of awe. For every molecule of water we find, every drop preserved in the cold depths of space or the hidden oceans of distant moons, carries with it the potential for something extraordinary. It is a reminder that the universe, vast and ancient as it is, may hold not just worlds beyond counting, but lives beyond imagining. In the end, our exploration of water on other worlds is not just about science or discovery. It is about hope. Hope that we are not alone. Hope that life, fragile and tenacious as it is, might find a way to flourish even in the most unlikely of places. And hope that, in seeking water, we may find reflections of ourselves, our curiosity, our resilience, and our enduring connection to the stars. For water is more than a substance. It is a promise that the universe, in its infinite complexity, holds wonders still waiting to be found. And as we follow the trail of water across the cosmos, we are reminded that every journey, no matter how far it takes us, begins with the same question: what if? And every discovery, no matter how small, answers with the same whisper: anything is possible. In the grand tapestry of the cosmos, water is the thread that weaves life into the fabric of existence. On our pale blue, it pools in vast oceans, dances in the atmosphere, and carves canyons into the surface of our world. Yet, as we gaze outward, beyond the comforting bounds of our Earth, we discover that water is not unique to us. It is a universal traveler, scattered across the heavens in forms both familiar and alien. On frozen moons orbiting distant giants, water lies locked beneath icy crusts, whispering of oceans that churn in eternal darkness. Europa, with its smooth, glacial shell, hints at a hidden sea warmed by the restless tides of Jupiter's gravity, a sanctuary where the ingredients of life might mingle in secret. Enceladus, a moon of Saturn, sprays geysers of water vapor into the void, its icy particles a celestial testament to the liquid world below. Even on Mars, that rust-red world of dust and desolation, water once flowed freely. Ancient riverbeds and deltas speak of a time when lakes and seas adorned its surface. And today, briny streaks suggest the fleeting presence of liquid water, clinging to the shadows of a planet longing for its past vitality. Beyond our solar system, water's signature appears in the atmospheres of distant exoplanets, carried across light years to our waiting telescopes. Here, water tells a story not just of potential habitability, but of the shared chemistry that binds the universe together. The discovery of water elsewhere reminds us that Earth is not an island in a cosmic void, but part of an interconnected web of worlds. It is a humbling realization. The same molecules that flow through our veins, that sustain us, may be coursing through alien rivers, freezing in otherworldly glaciers, or suspended as vapor in alien skies. Water is the cosmic bridge, a reminder that the universe, vast and indifferent as it may seem, harbors the potential for life in countless forms. To seek it out is to embark on a journey of self-discovery, to ask not just where we might find life, but what it means to be alive in a universe teeming with possibility. For where there is water, there is hope, and where there is hope, there lies the unyielding spirit of exploration, propelling us ever onward into the infinite sea of stars. This celestial quest to uncover water beyond Earth is not merely an exercise in curiosity. It is a profound search for kinship. For in every molecule of H2O we detect, we see a reflection of our own origins, a glimpse of the primordial oceans that cradled life into being on our home world. The universality of water reveals a deeper truth about the cosmos. It is a place of shared processes, governed by the same physical laws that sculpted our Earth. Water, with its simple yet elegant structure, arises wherever hydrogen and oxygen unite in the right conditions. From the interstellar clouds where stars are born to the frosty mantles of comets wandering the void, water is a cosmic commonality, a bridge connecting the most distant reaches of space to the tender green landscapes of our planet. Yet, as we extend our reach to touch these alien reservoirs of water, we are faced with profound questions. What stories does this water tell of its world? Does it flow through subterranean rivers beneath icebound moons, shaping alien geologies? Does it harbor the spark of life in its depths? Or does it drift sterile and alone in the cold, indifferent expanse? To find water on other worlds is not to find life, but it is to uncover the conditions that make life possible. And in doing so, we edge closer to answering the question that has haunted humanity since we first gazed at the stars. Are we alone? Imagine, for a moment, the day when we confirm that life, however simple, exists elsewhere in the cosmos. In that moment, the boundaries of we will expand beyond the confines of Earth. The universe will no longer be a solitary theater for our existence, but a shared stage, with countless actors yet to take their places in the great cosmic play. And perhaps, as we explore the waters of distant worlds, we will discover not only the origins of life, but a renewed perspective on our own. On Earth, water has divided us into nations, into conflicts, into scarcity and abundance. But in the cosmic arena, water unites us. It calls us to transcend the divisions of our species, to become stewards not just of our own planet, but of a universe filled with potential. For in the end, to search for water on other worlds is to search for ourselves, our place in the infinite, our connection to the stars, and our responsibility to protect the fragile miracle of life wherever it may be found. As we push further into the cosmos, guided by curiosity and propelled by technology, the discovery of water in its many forms becomes a beacon, a signpost pointing to the possibility of life. It is not simply a resource or a relic of cosmic chemistry. It is a symbol of what could be. The search takes us to the icy rings of Saturn, where frozen water glitters like diamonds in the faint sunlight, and to the shadowy depths of craters on Mercury and the Moon, where ancient ice has endured for billions of years. It leads us to the blazing heat of exoplanets orbiting close to their stars, where water exists as vapor, and to the cold, dark worlds where water may be trapped in endless glaciers. These discoveries urge us to rethink our understanding of habitability. Earth is not the only world where the ingredients for life have assembled. It is simply the one we know best. On planets and moons with conditions vastly different from our own, where sunlight barely reaches or where the atmosphere is thick with alien gases, water persists. It adapts, freezes, flows, and evaporates, obeying the same principles that govern it here. But water is more than an indicator of potential. It is also a profound connector. Consider this. The water molecule that flows through a geyser on Enceladus or condenses in the atmosphere of a distant exoplanet could share its origin with the very water that fills Earth's oceans. All water, everywhere, was forged in the same cosmic crucibles, the explosions of dying stars that scattered their elements across the universe. In this sense, water is a storyteller, a universal narrator that speaks of the shared heritage of planets, moons, and perhaps even life itself. It reminds us that we are not separate from the cosmos, but deeply embedded within it. The same processes that shaped the rivers of Mars and the icy seas of Europa shaped the conditions for life on Earth. As we uncover more about the nature of water beyond our planet, the possibilities grow ever more tantalizing. Will we find microbial life, quietly thriving in an alien ocean beneath miles of ice? Will we encounter strange ecosystems illuminated by the faint heat of hydrothermal vents on distant moons? Or will water's universality teach us something deeper, something not just about life elsewhere, but about life's resilience, adaptability, and endless creativity? In every droplet of water, there lies a promise that the universe is far richer, more diverse, and more interconnected than we ever dared imagine. The search for water is, at its core, a search for hope. It is a testament to our boundless curiosity, our drive to understand, and our unshakable belief that the cosmos holds more wonders than we can yet comprehend. In the end, water is not just a substance. It is a bridge between worlds, a thread that ties the fabric of the universe into a single, magnificent whole. To follow its trail is to embark on the greatest adventure of all, to know our place in the vast and beautiful expanse of the cosmos. And so, we find ourselves at a crossroads, standing on the shores of an endless cosmic ocean, guided by the shimmering promise of water. Each discovery, a hidden reservoir, a frozen sea, or vapor in an alien sky, adds a new chapter to the unfolding story of the universe and our place within it. Yet, as we continue this exploration, a profound humility takes root. Water, so abundant and ordinary on Earth, becomes extraordinary in the context of the cosmos. It is not merely a resource to be measured or a scientific curiosity to be cataloged. It is a reminder of our profound interconnectedness with the universe. With every probe we send to icy moons, every rover that traverses the dusty landscapes of Mars, every telescope that peers into the atmospheres of distant exoplanets, we are not just searching for water. We are searching for ourselves. For our past, our origins, and perhaps our future lie entwined with this simple, miraculous molecule. What might we learn from the waters of other worlds? Perhaps they will teach us that life, if it exists beyond Earth, can take forms we cannot yet fathom, forms shaped by conditions alien to anything we have experienced. Or perhaps they will reveal that the principles that govern life here are universal, shared by all living things, no matter how distant or strange. And what if, after centuries of searching, we find worlds where water flows but life remains absent? Even then, the message of water is not diminished. Its presence will still speak of possibility, of conditions that nearly aligned, of the cosmic dance of chance and necessity that brought us here. It will remind us of the fragility of life, the rarity of its emergence, and the immense responsibility we bear to preserve it. The quest for water beyond Earth is not merely a scientific endeavor. It is a journey into the depths of our collective soul. It is a reflection of our unyielding hope that we are not alone, our belief that the universe holds more than we can see, and our determination to understand the vastness of existence. And as we continue to follow the trail of water across the cosmos, we may one day come to a profound realization that the boundaries between here and there, between us and them, were never truly real. Water flows freely across the universe, just as it flows within us. It binds planets and stars, life and non-life, into a single, interconnected whole. To seek water is to seek unity. It is to embrace the idea that we are part of something far greater than ourselves, a cosmic symphony in which every molecule, every drop, every ocean plays its part. And in that understanding, we find not just knowledge, but wonder, not just answers, but purpose. For in the quiet depths of water, whether in a crater on the moon, a geyser on Enceladus, or the boundless oceans of Earth, we hear the echo of the universe's greatest truth, that we are all connected across space and time by the simple, enduring miracle of existence. And so, as humanity ventures farther into the vastness of space, the pursuit of water becomes more than a scientific expedition. It transforms into a philosophical endeavor, a quest to understand not just the universe, but the essence of life itself. Every molecule of water, whether locked in an ancient glacier or swirling in the storms of a gas giant, tells a story billions of years in the making. It is a story of creation, of destruction, of transformation. It is a story of stars that lived and died, scattering the elements into space. It is a story of chemistry, of chance encounters between hydrogen and oxygen in the cold, silent depths of interstellar clouds. When we study water on other worlds, we are reading the pages of this story, uncovering the intricate processes that connect the farthest reaches of the cosmos to the breath in our lungs, the rivers on our planet, and the tears in our eyes. Water is not just a substance. It is a chronicle of existence, a relic of the universe's earliest moments, and a beacon of what might yet come to be. Imagine the day when we drill into the icy crust of Europa, breaking through to the ocean below. Imagine the first glimpse of a liquid world that has been sealed away for eons, untouched by sunlight, warmed by the quiet energy of tidal forces. What secrets might it hold? What life, if any, might stir in its depths? And even if no life is found, what will its waters teach us about the potential for life, about the conditions that make it possible? Or picture the moment when we confirm the presence of water on a distant exoplanet, orbiting a star hundreds of light years away. The faint signature of water vapor in its atmosphere will not just be a discovery. It will be a bridge, a connection to a world we can only imagine, a reminder that the universe is vast and diverse, yet unified by common elements and laws. In pursuing water, we pursue a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. We begin to see ourselves not as isolated beings on a solitary planet, but as participants in a grand, interconnected drama. The water we drink today may once have coursed through the veins of ancient rivers or fallen as rain on the first forests of Earth. And the water we discover beyond Earth may one day sustain future explorers, poets, and dreamers, extending the reach of life and consciousness to new horizons. Ultimately, the search for water is a search for meaning. It is a reminder that even in the coldest, darkest corners of the universe, there exists the potential for warmth, for vitality, for connection. It is a testament to the resilience of matter, the creativity of nature, and the boundless curiosity of the human spirit. As we follow the trail of water, let us do so with wonder in our hearts and humility in our minds. For in every drop lies the promise of discovery, the hope of understanding, and the unshakable truth that we are a part of something far greater than ourselves. A universe where even the simplest molecule can hold the key to life and to the infinite possibilities of existence. As we continue our search, let us not forget that the journey itself is transformative. Each step we take toward the water-bearing worlds of the cosmos reshapes our perspective, both of the universe and of our fragile home. The act of exploration, of seeking, questioning, and discovering, is an affirmation of our place in the cosmic order. Consider the paradox. Water, so simple in structure, is at once the most mundane and the most profound substance we know. Its presence on Earth is so ubiquitous that we often take it for granted. Yet its discovery elsewhere sends ripples of excitement through the scientific community and beyond. This duality mirrors our own existence. We are ordinary creatures on an ordinary planet, yet capable of extraordinary understanding and imagination. The presence of water in the cosmos forces us to confront profound questions about our origins and our destiny. If water is abundant in the universe, as mounting evidence suggests, then the conditions for life may not be rare. Life, that delicate and fleeting arrangement of molecules capable of self-replication, may be written into the fabric of the cosmos itself. And yet, if life remains elusive, even on worlds rich with water, what then? Would it mean that we, the living, are the exception to the rule? If so, our responsibility to preserve and cherish the life we know becomes even greater. The discovery of water in barren landscapes and lifeless seas would serve as a stark reminder of the fragility and rarity of the living spark on Earth. But if life is found, if, in some distant ocean or underground reservoir, we detect its unmistakable signature, then the implications are staggering. Such a discovery would not diminish the uniqueness of Earth, but rather expand the boundaries of what it means to be alive. The universe would become a living system, teeming with possibilities, and our sense of home would stretch across light years. In this search, water becomes more than a destination. It becomes a bridge between science and philosophy, between past and future, between Earth and the stars. It connects us to the processes that shaped the cosmos and, perhaps, to other beings who look up at their own skies and wonder if they, too, are alone. As we press onward through robotic explorers orbiting observatories and, one day, human footsteps on alien worlds, let us carry with us the knowledge that this quest is not only about what we might find, but about what we become in the process. The search for water is the search for our own potential, our capacity for awe, and our commitment to understanding the universe as it truly is. For every droplet we discover, every ocean we map, every distant signature of vapor we detect, we are reminded of the beauty of existence, the delicate interplay of chance and necessity that brought us here. And we are reminded, too, that the universe, vast and indifferent though it may seem, is not silent. It speaks to us through the stars, through the molecules that compose our bodies, and through the water that flows across space and time. And so, the story of water in the cosmos becomes our story, a story of origins, of exploration, and of boundless possibility. As we look to the skies, to the icy moons and distant exoplanets, we are reminded that the universe is not static. It is alive with motion, with transformation, with the constant interplay of elements that create worlds and shape destinies. The discovery of water in its many forms, solid, liquid, vapor, is a reminder of the universe's creative potential. It whispers of the conditions that can give rise to life, of the environments where the improbable might become reality. Even in the harshest landscapes, on Mars, where the wind has carved barren plains, on Europa, where ice cloaks a hidden ocean, or in the atmospheres of gas giants, where water mingles with storms, we find echoes of the forces that shaped our own world. Yet, our journey is not merely about uncovering alien oceans or mapping distant rivers. It is also about reflection. Water, after all, reflects light, bends it, and reveals what lies beyond the surface. In its presence, we are invited to reflect on our responsibilities as stewards of life on Earth. For if we find water flowing freely on other worlds, we must ask ourselves, how will we treat it? Will we see it as a resource to exploit or a treasure to protect? If we discover life, be it microbial or something far more complex, will we approach it with reverence and respect, or will we repeat the mistakes of our past, treating the unknown as something to conquer rather than to understand? The universe, in its vastness, is watching. Through the discoveries we make, we reveal not just the cosmos, but the nature of humanity itself. Our pursuit of water and life beyond Earth is as much about defining who we are as it is about uncovering what lies out there. And perhaps, in the end, this is the true significance of our search. The presence of water on other worlds reminds us that we are not separate from the cosmos, but deeply intertwined with it. The same molecules that nourish our bodies and sustain our planet exist across the universe, flowing through alien skies, locked in ancient ice, or hidden in subterranean seas. Water is the thread that unites us with the stars, the bridge that connects Earth to the vast, uncharted realms beyond. To follow its trail is to embrace the fundamental truth of existence, that we are all part of a greater whole, a single, magnificent tapestry woven across space and time. As our search continues, let us do so with open minds and open hearts. Let us recognize that every droplet of water, whether found on Earth or a distant moon, carries within it the potential for life and the promise of understanding. For in the end, to find water is to find hope. Hope that the universe is not an empty, lifeless void, but a living, breathing entity filled with possibility. Hope that life, fragile yet resilient, is not confined to one small planet, but shared across the cosmos. And hope that, through our exploration, we might come to see ourselves not as isolated beings, but as part of a vast and beautiful universe, united by the simple, enduring miracle of water. And so, we continue to look outward, drawn by the allure of water and the mysteries it holds. With each mission, each discovery, we are writing a new chapter in humanity's greatest story, a story that transcends borders, generations, and even species. It is the story of life itself, unfolding across the stars. Every rover that touches the surface of Mars, every spacecraft that dives into the plumes of Enceladus, Every telescope that glimpses the faint spectroscopic signature of water vapor in the atmosphere of an exoplanet brings us closer to answering the fundamental question: are we alone? Yet, the search for water is also answering a deeper, more profound question. What does it mean to belong? Water, in all its forms, teaches us that belonging is universal. Its molecules are forged in the fiery hearts of stars, carried on the winds of supernovae, and gathered into the building blocks of planets. The water that flows through your body today has traveled through time, through ancient seas, primordial clouds, and perhaps even interstellar space. To study water on other worlds is to trace the pathways of creation itself, to see the connections that bind all things. And if one day we find life beyond Earth, be it simple microbes clinging to the icy walls of Europa's ocean, or more complex forms thriving in the warmth of an alien sun, it will not be a discovery that diminishes us. Instead, it will expand the scope of what we call home. It will redefine our understanding of life as a universal phenomenon, shaped by the same forces, yet expressed in infinite diversity. But even if the search reveals only sterile seas and barren landscapes, the pursuit itself remains valuable. It deepens our appreciation for the extraordinary balance that allows life to flourish on Earth. It reminds us of the precariousness of this balance and the need to protect and cherish it. For in every journey to the stars, there is also a return to ourselves, to the realization that we are stewards of a world that so far is uniquely alive. The quest for water in the cosmos compels us to look inward, to ask how we might better care for the only oasis we know, even as we dream of others. And as our technology grows, so too does our imagination. We dream not only of finding water, but of touching it, of standing on distant worlds, dipping our hands into alien seas, and tasting the essence of other planets. These dreams fuel our collective curiosity, urging us to build, explore, and reach further than we ever thought possible. Water, that most essential of substances, is both the beginning and the end of this journey. It is the thread that ties the cosmos together, the mirror in which we see our reflection, and the promise of what lies beyond the horizon. Let us then continue to follow its trail, not only as explorers, but as caretakers of a fragile and precious legacy. For every drop of water we find in the universe, whether in a hidden ocean beneath a moon's icy crust or in the faint vapors of a distant world, reminds us that the cosmos is not a void, but a cradle of infinite possibility. In the end, to seek water is to seek connection, understanding, and hope. And through that search, we may come to see that we, too, are part of the great cosmic ocean, a single wave in a sea without bounds, carried ever onward by the tides of discovery. And still, the search goes on, stretching our minds and our machines further into the vast expanse of the universe. Water is our compass, guiding us to worlds that might harbor not only the potential for life, but also the keys to understanding the very origins of existence. Imagine the moment when our instruments, finely tuned to detect the faintest signals, confirm a biosignature on a distant planet. Perhaps it will be a subtle chemical imbalance in an atmosphere, the telltale sign of life's presence altering its environment. Perhaps it will be the rhythmic pulsations of organic activity in a subterranean ocean, shielded from the cold vacuum of space by a shell of ancient ice. What will we feel in that moment? Awe, unity, a sense of both our smallness and our profound connection to something far greater? For to find life, even the simplest form, beyond Earth would be to reshape our understanding of the universe and ourselves. Yet the search itself, whether it leads to the discovery of alien life or not, carries its own profound significance. It forces us to confront the incredible uniqueness of our own planet, a world where water flows freely across landscapes, supports boundless ecosystems, and shapes the rhythms of life. It reminds us that Earth's balance is precious, delicate, and rare. And as we contemplate the possibility of water's abundance elsewhere, we are also reminded of its scarcity here. On a planet where wars are fought over access to water, where climate change threatens its availability, and where billions live without clean sources, the cosmic search for water mirrors our responsibility to care for it at home. Perhaps this is one of the great gifts of space exploration. It allows us to see ourselves from a distance. The pale blue dot Carl Sagan so poetically described becomes not just a planet, but a living entity, a world of rivers, oceans, and clouds, unique in all the universe as far as we know. In this sense, the search for water beyond Earth is not just about the future. It is also a call to action for the present. It asks us to consider how we treat our own water, how we respect the ecosystems that depend on it, and how we ensure its availability for generations to come. As we follow the trail of water deeper into the cosmos, let us remember that every droplet tells a story of connection between stars and planets, between past and future, and between ourselves and the universe. Each discovery, no matter how small, reinforces the truth that we are part of a grand, interconnected whole, where the same molecules that nourish us may flow through alien landscapes and touch worlds yet unseen. And so, we continue. With every rover that lands, every probe that plunges into icy depths, and every telescope that gazes across light years, we reaffirm our commitment to this search. A search not only for water, but for meaning, for purpose, for our place in the infinite expanse. For in every drop, every molecule, there lies the same promise, that the universe, vast and ancient, is not silent, but alive with possibility. And as long as we are here to listen, to look, and to explore, the story of water and the story of life will never truly end. And so, the story of water becomes the story of humanity itself, a narrative of curiosity, resilience, and boundless hope. Each new discovery propels us further, not only into the cosmos, but into a deeper understanding of our connection to all things. Imagine a future where humans stand on the icy plains of Europa or Titan, where the faint glow of a distant sun casts shadows across frozen landscapes. They drill into the ice, searching for the ocean beneath, their efforts a culmination of centuries of dreaming and discovery. The moment the first sample is extracted, humanity will hold in its hands not just water, but the essence of a world utterly alien to our own. What might we find in that moment? Life? A unique chemistry that challenges everything we thought we knew? Or perhaps simply water, cold, ancient, and silent, waiting patiently through the eons for us to uncover it? Whatever the outcome, the act of searching is itself an expression of who we are, a species driven by the need to know, to connect, and to explore. But the implications stretch far beyond the technical or the scientific. The discovery of water on distant worlds compels us to rethink our place in the cosmos. It forces us to see Earth not as an isolated marvel, but as one chapter in a universal story of creation and evolution. If water is common, then the processes that led to life on Earth might also be common. And if that is true, then the universe may be brimming with life, different, diverse, and extraordinary. Yet, even as we search for these connections, we are reminded of the responsibility that comes with our knowledge. If water is the thread that weaves life into the cosmos, then the stewardship of water on Earth becomes an act of cosmic significance. How we care for our rivers, oceans, and aquifers reflects not only on us as a civilization, but on our readiness to embrace the challenges of a universe full of potential. Let us then approach this search with humility and reverence. The water we seek in distant moons and planets is a reminder of our shared origins, forged in the crucibles of stars, carried across the cosmos by comets and asteroids, and gathered into the worlds we now explore. It is a reminder that, though we are small, we are part of something infinite. As we continue, let us not lose sight of the wonder that drives us. Let us celebrate each discovery, not just for its scientific value, but for what it reveals about our capacity to imagine, to reach, and to dream. For every droplet of water found, every trace of vapor detected, is a whisper from the universe, telling us that we are not separate from it, but deeply, profoundly connected. And perhaps one day, long after the first explorers have set foot on alien shores, after the first interstellar missions have crossed the void, humanity will look back at this moment, this era of searching and wondering, as the time when we began to understand our place in the grand cosmic ocean. For water is more than a physical substance. It is a symbol of possibility, a bridge between worlds, and a reminder that the universe, for all its vastness, is alive with connections waiting to be discovered. And as long as we continue to seek, to question, and to dream, we will remain a part of that endless flow, a current in the eternal river of existence, bound by the same forces that shaped the stars, the planets, and the water that sustains us all. And so, we venture ever deeper into the unknown, guided by the pull of water, a cosmic constant, yet endlessly mysterious. It beckons us not only with the promise of discovery, but with the chance to redefine ourselves, to transcend the boundaries of what we once believed possible. Perhaps, in the distant future, humanity will establish its first outposts on alien worlds. Imagine cities beneath the icy crust of Europa, illuminated by the dim glow of bioluminescent life forms harvested from its hidden ocean. Picture explorers walking along the methane lakes of Titan, gazing at the thick, golden atmosphere, knowing that beneath their feet lies a chemistry utterly foreign to life as we know it. These are not just dreams. They are the logical extensions of our relentless pursuit of water, of life, of connection. But even as we imagine these futures, we must also reflect on the present. The water we find elsewhere compels us to consider how we treat it here on Earth. Are we stewards or exploiters? Do we honor the life-giving properties of water, or do we squander it? In searching the cosmos for water, we are reminded of its preciousness, of the fragile balance that sustains life on our own planet. The discoveries we make, whether they reveal thriving ecosystems or silent, sterile seas, force us to confront the great paradox of the universe, its simultaneous vastness and intimacy. The same molecules that form distant ice caps or drift as vapor around exoplanets are the ones that flow through our rivers and nourish our bodies. In this unity, we find both comfort and responsibility. Perhaps, as we explore further, we will begin to think of ourselves not as inhabitants of Earth alone, but as participants in a larger cosmic ecosystem. What if, one day, we learn to share water not just between nations but between planets? What if the ice of distant moons becomes a lifeline for interplanetary colonies? Or the discovery of alien oceans inspires new technologies to sustain life in the most hostile environments? These are not just questions of science and engineering, but of philosophy and ethics. How we approach the discovery of water and the life it might support will define the kind of civilization we choose to become. Will we be caretakers, respectful of the alien worlds we encounter? Or will we carry the mistakes of our past into the stars, exploiting without understanding, taking without giving back? The search for water, then, is also a search for wisdom. It challenges us to grow, to imagine, to evolve. It invites us to see the universe not as a collection of lifeless objects, but as a vast, interconnected system, filled with the potential for creation and renewal. And as we follow this trail of water across the cosmos, let us not forget the poetic symmetry of it all. The same substance that cradled life on Earth may one day carry us to the stars. The same oceans that gave rise to humanity may inspire us to explore the alien seas of other worlds. Water, in its simplicity and ubiquity, is a reminder that life, fragile, precious, and rare, is worth protecting wherever it may be found. In the end, the search for water is a search for connection between past and future, between Earth and the stars, between ourselves and the infinite. And in that connection, we find not only answers but meaning, a purpose that binds us to the cosmos and to each other, forever flowing, like water, through the river of time. And so, the river of time carries us forward, deeper into the mysteries of the cosmos, where each droplet of water we discover is a key to unlocking not just the secrets of distant worlds, but also the truths that lie within ourselves. The quest for water has become more than an exploration of planets. It is a reflection of humanity's journey from wonder to understanding, from isolation to unity. In the future, as our spacecraft venture to the farthest reaches of the solar system and beyond, we may find ourselves standing on the threshold of profound revelations. We may gaze upon alien oceans under twin suns, where waves rise and fall in unfamiliar rhythms. We may uncover subterranean seas teeming with life forms that challenge our deepest assumptions about biology and chemistry. And perhaps we will hear echoes of our own story in theirs, a universal narrative of survival, adaptation, and connection. Each discovery, whether of water flowing beneath the ice of distant moons or locked in the rocky mantle of a long-forgotten exoplanet, will bring us closer to answering the age-old question, what else is out there? And yet, even as we seek answers, we are likely to encounter new questions, even more profound and humbling than those we have asked before. For water, as much as it is a symbol of potential, is also a reminder of the fragility of life. It speaks of the delicate interplay of forces, gravity, temperature, chemistry, that create the conditions for its existence in liquid form, the state we associate most closely with life. To find it elsewhere is to glimpse the cosmic alchemy that can transform raw matter into something capable of sustaining vitality. To find it in abundance is to see the universe as a place of opportunity, rich with the promise of discovery. And yet, the true beauty of this search lies not just in the finding, but in the seeking. It lies in the act of reaching beyond ourselves, of stretching the limits of our understanding, of daring to imagine what might lie beyond the next horizon. The search for water is a testament to the unyielding curiosity that defines humanity, a drive to connect, to explore, and to understand. Even now, as we stand at the dawn of interstellar exploration, the legacy of water shapes our dreams. It fuels the design of spacecraft capable of navigating the vast distances between stars. It inspires the creation of habitats that can sustain human life in the most inhospitable environments. It reminds us that wherever we go, we must carry with us not only the tools of survival, but also the spirit of respect and stewardship. For as we look outward, we are also called to look inward. The same forces that sustain alien worlds sustain our own. The water we search for among the stars flows through Earth's rivers and rains, fills our oceans, and nourishes every living thing. To honor the water we find elsewhere, we must first honor the water we have here, ensuring its protection for generations yet to come. One day, when we finally stand on the shores of an alien sea, we will look back on this moment, the time when we first followed the trail of water into the unknown, with gratitude. For it is this search that defines us, that unites us, that propels us forward into the infinite possibilities of the universe. And perhaps, In that distant future, we will come to see water not just as a substance, but as a symbol of hope, a reminder that the cosmos is not a barren void but a living, breathing expanse filled with wonder. A reminder that, like water itself, life flows, adapts, and endures, weaving through the fabric of time and space, uniting all who dare to follow its path. And so, the search for water becomes a timeless journey, one that binds us to the cosmos and to each other in ways both profound and humbling. It is a quest that transcends the boundaries of science, touching the realms of philosophy, art, and the deepest questions of existence. As we gaze out into the universe, the discovery of water in its myriad forms tells us something extraordinary. The conditions that sustain life, or that might one day spark it, are not confined to Earth. They are written into the very structure of the cosmos. They are woven into the frozen crust of Europa, the hydrocarbon lakes of Titan, the dusty slopes of Mars, and the vapor-laden atmospheres of distant exoplanets. Water connects these worlds to ours, and through this connection, we find meaning. But this realization comes with a profound responsibility. If the universe is alive with the potential for water, and by extension life, then we must approach this knowledge with care. What will it mean to touch the oceans of another world, to study its chemistry, its secrets, and perhaps its life forms? Will we tread lightly, respecting these alien realms as we would a sacred space, or will we impose our own needs and ambitions upon them? These are not merely scientific or ethical questions. They are questions that strike at the heart of who we are and who we aspire to be. The act of discovering water challenges us to think not just as explorers, but as guardians. It asks us to imagine a future where our exploration enriches not just our understanding, but the universe itself. And yet, even as we look outward, we must not forget the water that sustains us here. The rivers and oceans of Earth, ancient and ever-changing, are the source of our existence. They are the cradle of life, the mirror of the stars, and the lifeblood of all living things. To protect them is to honor the very forces that made us. To squander them is to turn away from the lessons the universe so generously offers. In the end, the search for water is a search for connection, for threads that tie us to the past, to other worlds, and to a future that is still unwritten. It is a reminder that we are part of a vast, living system, one that stretches from the smallest molecules within us to the farthest reaches of space. Imagine the day when we truly understand water's role in the cosmos, when we have touched its frozen reservoirs, mapped its hidden oceans, and perhaps even shared its abundance with distant life forms. That day will mark not just a triumph of science, but a moment of awakening, a realization that we are not solitary wanderers, but participants in a grand, interconnected story. For water, in its simplicity, carries a profound truth, that the universe is not static, but alive with potential. It reminds us that even in the coldest and darkest corners of existence, there is the possibility of warmth, of movement, of life. It teaches us that no matter how vast the cosmos may seem, it is bound together by common threads, by the same molecules, the same forces, the same patterns that give rise to oceans, to life, to us. And so, the river of time flows ever onward, carrying us into the unknown. With every step, every discovery, we are drawn closer to the heart of the cosmos and to the deepest truths of our own being. For in the search for water, we are not just exploring the universe. We are exploring what it means to belong to it. And in that belonging, we find endless wonder, endless connection, and endless hope. And so, the story flows forward, like the water we seek, a current that weaves through time, connecting our past, present, and future. With each discovery, our understanding deepens, not only of the universe, but of our role within it. The search for water, at its core, is a search for identity. Who are we, if not a species born of stardust, carried by oceans, and propelled by an unquenchable thirst to know? Imagine a day far into the future, when humanity has crossed the vast distances to distant stars. Imagine standing on the shore of an alien sea, watching waves rise and fall under a sky with unfamiliar constellations. Imagine feeling, in that moment, both the incredible smallness of our existence and the profound magnitude of what it means to belong to this universe. On that shore, we might reflect on the journey that brought us there, a journey of questions, of perseverance, and of wonder. The search for water has always been about more than finding liquid reservoirs or frozen glaciers. It has been about finding connection, about tracing the threads of existence that unite all things, from the smallest drop of rain to the farthest ocean. Even now, as we send our probes into the depths of space, as we analyze the spectral fingerprints of distant atmospheres, and as we uncover evidence of water's enduring presence on worlds far beyond our own, we are writing the next chapter of this story. Each mission, each discovery, is a step closer to understanding the cosmos not as a collection of isolated objects, but as a living, breathing system, a network of worlds bound together by the simplest and most profound of elements. Water, in its essence, is a teacher. It shows us how life can adapt, endure, and thrive in conditions we once thought impossible. It reminds us that existence is not static but dynamic, that the universe is not empty but full of possibility. And it challenges us to think beyond ourselves, to imagine the lives of other beings who might gaze upon their skies and wonder, as we do if they are alone. If we find them, if we discover even the simplest life forms thriving in alien waters, it will be a moment of profound transformation. In that instant, the boundaries of us will expand to include not just humanity, but life in all its forms, wherever it may be found. We will no longer see ourselves as the sole bearers of consciousness in a silent universe, but as part of a vast, interconnected symphony of existence. But even if we do not find life, the search itself remains a gift. It has shown us the fragility and beauty of our own planet, the preciousness of the water that sustains us, and the responsibility we bear to protect it. It has united us in a shared purpose, a collective dream of exploration and discovery that transcends borders and generations. For in the search for water, we are reminded, as long as we continue to seek, to question, and to dream, we will remain part of this great, flowing story, a story that began with the first molecules of water forming in the void, and will continue as long as there are beings to marvel at its presence. And so, let us follow the path of water wherever it leads. Let us embrace its lessons and honor its gifts. For in every drop lies the essence of the cosmos, the story of life, and the unshakable promise of what we might yet become. The universe flows onward, and we flow with it, carried by the tides of curiosity, hope, and the eternal pursuit of understanding. And so, the river of exploration stretches onward, meandering through the uncharted realms of space and the unspoken depths of our own humanity. Each discovery, no matter how small, a frozen shard in a comet's tail, a whisper of vapor in a distant sphere, adds to the ever-growing mosaic of understanding. It is itself up to uncover its secrets. As our technology advances, so too does our vision. With telescopes capable of peering into the hearts of alien worlds, with probes that traverse the icy crusts of moons, and with rovers that scrape the ancient soils of planets, we are crafting tools not just to see, but to listen. To listen to the faint echoes of the cosmos, carried in the signature of hydrogen and oxygen, in the quiet presence of water across time and space. Yet as much as this search expands our horizons, it also circles back to the most essential questions. What does it mean to live in a universe so vast, so ancient, and so rich with possibility? What responsibilities do we bear as the only known beings capable of asking these questions? If water is the thread that binds the universe, then we are its weavers, stitching together knowledge from disparate worlds, drawing connections between the familiar and the unknown. Each discovery is a reminder that our curiosity is not separate from the cosmos, but an extension of it, as natural as the rivers carving paths through Earth's landscapes or the frozen geysers erupting from Enceladus. Imagine, one day, standing at the confluence of those rivers, where the waters of Earth meet the waters of another world. What will we feel in that moment? Will it be awe at the sheer improbability of our journey? Gratitude for the universe's quiet generosity in revealing its secrets? Or a profound sense of kinship with the forces that shaped not only our world, but countless others? And yet, the journey will not end there. The discovery of water, and perhaps life, on other worlds will not be a conclusion, but a beginning. It will open doors to questions we cannot yet imagine. How do alien ecosystems function? What are the boundaries of biology as we know it? How might we coexist with life forms that evolved in environments so different from our own? Even in the absence of life, water speaks of potential. It is a canvas upon which the story of existence might one day be painted. Its presence on barren worlds is a whisper of what could have been, or what might yet come to pass. It reminds us that the universe is not static but dynamic, ever-changing, and filled with the ingredients for creation. And so, as we continue to follow water's trail across the cosmos, let us do so with humility and wonder. Let us see every frozen lake, every buried ocean, every vaporous sky, not just as a scientific discovery, but as an invitation. An invitation to reflect on our place in the universe, to celebrate